Universality. Wise rulers have boundless hearts, for in the hearts of the people they find their own. The wise ruler treats the good with goodness, and treats the not so good with goodness too, for goodness is its own reward. The wise ruler treats the faithful with good faith, and treats the unfaithful with good faith too, for good faith is its own reward. Wise rulers are universal. The people are their eyes and ears. That is chapter 49 of the Tao Te Ching. This universe, this reality, only exists in this moment with you in it as a ruler of yourself. There's no other way that the universe could be right now than the way that it is. That is a reality. There is no changing it. If the world were different, if reality were different, it wouldn't be reality. It wouldn't be what we're experiencing. And whether you are doing good or not so good, this chapter suggests that you should treat yourself with goodness. Belief is a funny thing. It's an attainable superpower, an attainable human superpower. What we choose to believe, each of us, informs how we act. How we act informs, and in some cases actually is, how we interact. Society itself is built on belief. Our own perception of ourselves is built on belief. What downside comes from the belief that each person has boundless value? Is there any downside? Is there any downside to the belief that respecting the consent of others, by doing this, we are free to discover and affirm the value present in all people, in ourselves? We are both apart and together at all times. We are apart in that we each have our own lived experience. However, we are also all part of this universe, all part of this reality. The universe is you at the time and place that you are. Now, what this chapter goes on to say is wise rulers are universal. The people are their eyes and ears. Because we do have this funny little thing in our human consciousness, our ability to communicate with each other in a way that, to our knowledge, no other creature can. There's an incredible diversity in the way that we choose and the way that we are able to share parts of our lived experience. And despite the fact that we can never do it perfectly, I can never know what it is to be you, you can never know what it is to be me, we can do a good job pointing to this space and say, hey, this is something that has value to me. It is important to me. It has changed my life. You should check it out. You should enjoy it. You should appreciate it. This is the basis of the exchange of the massive behemoth that is communication, entertainment in our world. And though I have often rallied against some of what I'd call distractions, the things that are not value added, that's because the power always rests with the people. The power always rests with each person to say yes or to say no to the different versions of communication and value that are out there. Because the definitions of each of these are going to be different. What is valuable to you, what improves your life, is almost certainly in some way going to be different than how I would define that. So what do we look for in wise rulers? Whether that is our own rulership over ourselves or those who we delegate authority to as the people providing as consent of the governed. The wise ruler treats the good with goodness and treats the not so good with goodness too, for goodness is its own reward. In other words, it's not the role of a leader, it's not the role of a ruler to decide what is good or bad for someone else. The only constraint on the free expression and pursuit of what we value is the rights of our fellow humans who also have certain unalienable rights.